Hey guys, how y'all doing today? So today's going to be a really valuable video, so make sure you're really paying attention and taking notes. I'm going to show you guys a case study on how I lost 76 pounds of fat and completely rebuilt an aesthetic, lean, muscular physique. So here's me, before, and here's me after bulking up and putting on some muscle at that time by using macro manipulation and the shred method training strategy. So without spending 10 plus hours in the gym or cooking every week, without having to deal with slow progress, and without hating the plan and actually genuinely enjoying it. So you'll be looking forward to the plan instead of, hating what you're doing. But before we dive in, my name is Caden and I'm going to show you exactly how I dropped 76 pounds of fat and helped others like my client Zion, who lost 18 pounds of inflammatory weight and body fat in less than a month's time. So here's me before and here's me after. And here's Zion's progress. Now, note that this is a tracking mistake. She was not 278 on the 13th. She was actually around 270. And these results aren't typical, right? So you might lose a lot of weight at the beginning because you're going to cleanse your diet, right? This is what I was doing. So I cleansed my diet and we cleansed her diet. So she was dropping a lot of weight in the beginning, a lot of body fat, a lot of unnecessary weight, a lot of inflammatory weight, and just weight that was sitting in her gut. But, after that initial boost, you're not going to be losing that much that fast. And so it's really unhealthy to be losing that amount of weight for months on months on months on end. It's really just a beginning thing. So I'm gonna get into that later and show you really how to cleanse your body to get that initial flourishment. But who this is for? So if you're looking to lose at least 10 pounds of fat, lean down and build a muscular physique and learn how to keep it for the rest of your life, this video is for you. If you're a busy man who just doesn't have the time to invest hours a day in the gym and meal planning, and you need a method that not only works but also fits into your daily life, this is for you. If you've been trying to lose weight forever now but can't find a proven plan that's sustainable but also works, bringing fast results that you keep forever, this is for you. And if you know you have the potential to attain your dream physique, but you need the guidance and accountability to get you there, this video is for you. So let's get straight into my story. Growing up, I never really played any type of sports. I just wasn't into it. I didn't like anything about sports really, or the people who played them. And because of that, I was never really active and was skinny for most of my childhood. People didn't really like me a lot and wouldn't pay too much attention to me at all. And most of my days were spent inside playing video games or watching TV. So, I played some sports in middle school and stuff like that. But, elementary school. But until middle school hit, I wasn't really playing many sports after that at all. I just didn't really enjoy it. So I was really playing games and stuff like that, hanging out with my family, things like that. And I knew I was meant for something much greater than this. I just didn't know what it was yet. I was kind of lost. And then my worst nightmare came. COVID-19 hit and I gained 80 pounds in less than a year. This was me at the beginning of 2020, more towards the beginning, smiling happy. And this is me, towards the end. Like, you could tell my hair barely even grew. My hair barely even grew. That was within a year's time, around 9 months. And, the smile was wiped off my face. I was just in a bad position. And that lifestyle I was living finally caught up to me. Just games, TV, and eating and staying up all night and repeat. It got me. And I didn't even know it until it was too late. You see, I knew I was gaining weight, but I didn't know it got this bad. I was avoiding it the whole time. And so that's one mistake that you guys need to really watch out for. Do not, if you see the scale going up every once in a while, or you see, you're looking in the mirror every once in a while, and when you look, you don't pay attention to it, right? You change the subject in your mind. You think about other things. That's not any good. You're going to keep entering a worse and worse position, and you're going to keep thinking about other things, we're not really thinking about it, avoiding it. And that's not going to bring you anywhere better. You're going to end up in a worse position. I could almost promise you that. And so you're going to really want to pay attention to it, right? You don't want to obsess over your weight every single day, but unless you're trying to make a change, but make sure it's something that you have on your mind, every once in a while, every month, every week, even when you reach your goal, even when you're maintaining. And so on the mark of 245 pounds, I looked in the mirror and I knew I had to reverse this no matter what it took. And that next month I did my studying. I asked my mother, who lost probably over 100 pounds at that point, for pointers, and I dropped 30 pounds that same month. And again, you're not going to want to be doing that over and over again. It was really that flourishment, that cleanse that I did to my body that helped me drop that 30 pounds at the beginning. And then after that, through trials and tribulations, I was able to lose another 46 pounds, get in the gym, and build a lean, aesthetic physique, and help many others find the same result, and create what me and my clients now know as the shred method. My foolproof plan, proven to destroy body fat, pack on muscle, and feel energized while doing it. So now that you know me and that I myself got to where you want to go, it's time for you to do it now. So here's the truth about getting shredded that no one will tell you, right? You can't get shredded without spending all your energy and having nothing left for work and family, suffering through a boring cut program that you don't even want to stick to, or being in the gym for hours at a time every single day. It's just that most men aren't capable of doing so because they don't understand how to, one, eat the proper nutrition, right? So eat food that they enjoy, while also eat food that's bringing them to the right, progress that they want to make, but also being able to build muscle, lose fat, do everything at the same time, while feeling energized, while also cleansing your body. They don't know how to train the maximum effectiveness in the gym. So they don't know how to, progress every single week to where they're making progress, building muscle every single week to max effectiveness, pushing to complete failure, doing the right exercise and stuff like that. And they don't know how to use the shred method instead of a quick fix approach. They don't know how to use a shred method instead of a quick fix approach that'll snap back and just destroy your progress, right? Snap you right back to the beginning. Or something that's not even sustainable. But I'm not going to let that happen to you. There's no such thing as I don't have the energy or I'm just too busy to get fit. You don't have to feel depleted all day or waste countless hours every week to become the ultimate version of yourself. And if you want to be that guy, I'll show you exactly, 1, how to navigate the issues I just mentioned. 2, how I lost 76 pounds so fast that people started asking me how I did it. 3, how to lose at least 10 pounds of fat and replace it with lean muscle in 90 days or less. And 4, how to do all this without giving up your energy, home life, or career in the process. And if you still don't know me, by the way, I'm Caden. I guide people one-on-one, primarily men over 18, to shred that last bit of body fat, put on muscle, and completely rebuild in 90 days or less. And I'm very passionate about this lifestyle because I know it completely changes every other aspect of your life. So it changes the way people look at you, the way people treat you, the way you look at yourselves and treat yourself. This changes really everything about you. And the crazy part is, like, sometimes, you'll have friends, right? It'll be a friendship and they'll call themselves your friends. You'll call them your friends, but you could tell subconsciously they look down on you a little bit. Subconsciously, they feel kind of above you and they kind of treat you like that. And that was one of the worst feelings I've ever had, going through that stage of being a little bit heavier, and this completely changes that forever. You'll never feel like that again. So here's the shred method. My game plan I built through my own trial and error of 2+ years of personal research and helping others reach and keep the exact same result. Let me break it down for you. Here's the entire outline so that you too can use the shred method to lose at least 10 pounds of body fat, completely rebuild, and keep the results in 90 days or less. So here's the shred method, a simple game plan. The shred method is broken into 2 phases made up of 2 game plans each. So the first phase is going to be the initiation phase. It's going to be about a 30-day phase. It could go longer depending on your goals, but it's going to be made up of A and B. So A would be nutrition. You're going to focus on leaning down, right? It's a full cleanse phase. So you're going to get that cleanse effect that I told you about, where you drop a lot of weight in the beginning and fully recalibrate your body. You're going to be focusing on leaning down, really losing the weight, losing that body fat, losing the excess weight. And it's focused on preparing your body for the next phase, to where you'll be able to blow up and really explode muscle, right? You're going to get rid of all that fat and lay out a really good foundation. And then B is going to be the training phase, or the training, game plan. It's going to be higher rep ranges, right? For the initiation phase. And you're going to focus on doing a lot less weight. You're going to be doing, 12 to 20 reps, and you're going to really focus on building that muscle mind connection. Because if you don't focus on building the muscle mind connection, it's going to ruin the workouts and you're going to reach a plateau. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And you're going to be prepping the muscles for explosion. So that's what you're going to be focused on. You're going to be really preparing the muscles. You're not going to necessarily be focused on building as much muscle as you can in the initiation phase, but you're going to be focused on preparing your muscle to really explode during that next phase, which is number 2, the shred phase. It's going to be it's going to typically be longer than the initiation phase. Now, I'm always on the shed phase, right? I'm always trying to blow up my muscle and get stronger for the most part. But it's typically going to be a 60-day phase. So for nutrition, you're going to want to focus on a lean bulk. So after you cut down, you're going to want to go on a lean bulk without gaining back that body fat. It's going to be protein packed and more food, so that you could really fill up that new physique that you have. And for B, the training portion, you're going to focus on lower rep ranges. So you're really going to be training the failure, right? Heavier sets. And you're going to be PRing every session. So you're going to be trying to PR every single session. So maybe every single week, maybe every single session is a stretch, but in the beginning, you're going to be PRing every single session. You're going to be increasing, at least going one more rep or up in the weight. And then you're going to be using that muscle explosion that we prepared for. So you're really going to take advantage of the state that your body's in, and you're going to be using that explosion to really grow your physique. So here's how I optimize each stage of the shred method so that I was noticing weekly to monthly changes in my fitness, physique, and health for myself and the people I work with. So you're going to focus on nutrition, training, and recovery. Now, recovery, I didn't put that in there because we're going to go over that real quick in just a second. So for nutrition, we're going to go over food quality, macros, meal timing, and cheat meals. So for food quality, you're going to want to be eating the right foods. This is what gives you that effect that I told you where you cleanse your body, right? So you're going to want to eat foods high in protein, high in fibers, high in healthy fats, and high in unrefined carbs, right? And then you're going to want to be focusing on eating whole foods for the most part, besides cheat meals. And then for the macros, you're going to want to focus on, upping your protein intake and really filling out your carb intake to really get that energy, because carbs are stored in the muscle, right? And so you're going to need enough carbs and proteins to really fill out that energy that you're using and really rebuild that muscle. And then for meal timing, during the initiation phase, you're going to want to start eating later on in the day. So you're going to want to start eating later and then stop eating a little bit earlier so that you can really optimize your rest and really, because in the beginning, your mind's going to be a lot more clear when you stop eating earlier. And then your body's also going to be burning fat in the morning. So that's really going to help you. And then for cheat meals, depending on your goals, you can have a cheat meal every single day, during dinner. You can eat whatever you want, really enjoy yourself. You can do that. That won't really affect your progress too much. And, I'd recommend doing about 2 cheat meals every single week during dinner, But if you eat the cheat meals later on in the day, then they rarely ever affect you. And so for training, for the intensity, you're going to want to focus on either doing a lot less reps or a lot more reps, depending on what stage you're in. In the form, you're going to want to focus on having the right hand placement, right? Having the right grip and having the right feet placement on leg exercises to really make sure you're maxing out the muscle. But when you really go to failure during the shred phase and really get to the end, it's actually good to break form a little bit, because if you're doing perfect form, you're not really failing. You're not bringing your muscle to failure if you're not failing at the exercise. And so you're going to want to break form on your last, 2 to 3 reps. And then for exercise selection, you're going to want to focus on, hitting every single muscle group, right? So you build that aesthetic upper physique that you really want, and that your legs aren't, skinny. And then for recovery, we're going to go over that real quick. You're going to want to rest to 7 to 9 hours a night, in a rest day from the gym at least once every 4 days. So resting 7 to 9 hours a night, 7 is a complete minimum. If you're not resting at least 7 hours a night, then your body just isn't healing the right way, right? You're not going to be repairing the muscle the right way, and you're not going to be burning all the fat. And so your body is really going to be under rested, and then you're going to have to take a long time off of the gym, or you're going to have to be in a bad position, right? You might even get injured. And so you're going to want to make sure you're getting the right amount of rest. And then rest day from the gym at least once every 4 days. You don't want to keep going to the gym like every single day, every single week. At the very least, you should be resting once every 4 days, just to make sure that you're resting enough and that you're not hurting your body. You're getting that rest. Because I had to take a break. It happened to me where I wasn't resting enough, and I had to take a week off the gym. And so you're going to want to make sure you're dialing that in. So let's get straight into the plan. Here's the initiation phase for nutrition, right? You're going to find your maintenance level of macros. your protein levels, your carb levels, your fat levels, and your calorie levels. And then you're going to drop 300 to 500 calories below that per day. And so you can find that on a calorie calculator online. You can find your calorie level on a calorie calculator and then just drop 300 to 500 depending on how fast you want to lose the weight, the body fat. And then you're going to want to lower your intake of inflammatory foods. And like I said, that's going to flourish your body, give you that full cleanse that we talked about. And then you're going to eat at least 7 grams of protein per 100 calories. So if you're eating 2,000 calories a day, you take 20 calories, multiply that by 7, and you have 140 grams of protein every single day. Now, this stage is going to be focused on losing all excess body fat, prepping the metabolism and retaining muscle, and adapting the body to this new style of training. So instead of really trying to put on as much muscle as possible, you want to focus on losing all the fat. That way you can really prepare your body for the next phase. You want to retain your muscle. It's cool if you build muscle, but you really want to focus on retaining it. And then you want to adapt your body to the new style of training. You're going to try to reach a slimmer, more mushy, more defined state. Drop a lot of that body fat and then get prepared to put on muscle. And here's the training portion. You're going to want to lift lighter weights, right? More reps. So 12 to 18 reps. You're going to want to focus on form and muscle-mind connection. So you're going to want to make sure you're doing the right form until the very end. And you're going to want to really dial in that muscle-mind connection so that you fully feel the workouts. Because what happens is if you don't dial in the muscle-mind connection, and you try to move on to the shred phase and try to up the weight and everything like that, you'll reach a plateau. You won't be hitting the muscle the right way. And then you'll reach a plateau where you can't progress anymore. And so it'll be very hard for you, or you might injure yourself because you're not hitting the muscle the right way, doing the right thing, or doing the exercise the right way. And you're not going to feel it. You're not going to grow. And so you really need to focus on getting that muscle-mind connection, which is where you really feel that muscle. Like it might be hard for you to feel the exercise in your chest. Well, you're going to really focus on getting that connection. And to do that, you're going to want to focus on isolation movements at the beginning of your workouts. So let's say like chest flies, right? If you do flies, they completely target the chest. That's an isolation movement. And so you're going to want to do that at the beginning of the workout before you do, the bench press and stuff like that. Because the bench press can incorporate arms and hit other muscle groups. So the bench press can hit other muscle groups. So you're really going to want to burn out the chest first and then move on to like the stuff like bench press. That way you're really hitting your chest, and your chest is the stuff that's doing most of the work when you're doing chest exercises, when you're doing your chest day. So you're going to want to do isolation movements at the beginning, really focus on getting that muscle-mind connection. And then you're going to want to, move on to the other exercises. And then you're going to want to do cardio every other day for 20 minutes, or more depending on your goals. But, get your blood flowing, get those calories burned, do a little bit of cardio. And then you're going to follow the shred method guidelines I told you about with intensity, form, and exercise selection. So now we move on to the shred phase. Here's the shred phase for nutrition, right? You're going to increase your overall food intake and take advantage of the new state that your body is now in, hungry for nutrients and new muscle. So your body is thirsting for proteins, carbs, stuff like that. It's going to instantly put it straight to the muscle, and you're going to increase your food, increase your training, and that's really going to help you explode what I was talking about. You're going to increase your macros over time to fill out your new physique without putting on fat. So you're not going to put on excess fat, but you're going to want to slowly increase your weight over time, but do it slowly and put on muscle instead of fat. And then you're going to be focused on reaching a balanced level of macro intake and filling out your new shredded physique without getting the fat back. So you're going to do this nice and slow, put the muscle on, and your muscle is going to be really thirsting for those resources. And you're going to want to, increase your protein, increase your carbs, increase your fats, stuff like that, and really fuel your body the right way to really put on muscle and explode like this. And so here's the shred phase for training. You're going to track your weight and reps and set PRs every single week. Every single week, you should be either adding a rep or increasing the weight. And it's going to be a lot easier than you think. Because of the way you prepared your body, you're going to be taking advantage of that and increasing the weight every single week, getting stronger every single week. My lifts increase every single week. And so you're going to max out lower rep ranges to do this, 6 to 10 reps. And so as soon as you're doing 11 reps with that weight, as soon as you're able to do that, you reset it back to 6, go heavy again, get stronger again. You're going to be doing heavier weight. And then you're going to switch the isolation movements to the end of the workout. So instead of doing the isolation movements like targeting straight chest at the beginning, you're going to know, if you did it the right way, the initiation phase, you're going to know how to really target that muscle the right way when doing, the dumbbell press or the bench press. You're going to target the chest the right way, for example. And so you're going to really burn that out. And then at the end of the workout of chest, you're going to really do the flies and really burn out the rest of your chest the right way. And then if a time comes where you stop making progress, you just switch this back to the beginning, and then you'll be making progress, quicker again. And then you're going to follow the shred method guidelines with intensity, form, and exercise selection that I told you about. And the shred method is meant to shred excess fat and completely rebuild your physique to a full shredded frame in less than 90 days. It's the basis to finally get in shape and stay in shape for good. And now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you're overweight or skinny fat or sick of not having the physique that you've always wanted, and you're ready to look shredded with your shirt off and make the most physical progress you've ever made, I will personally help you one-on-one to lose 10 pounds of body fat or more, pack on muscle, and step into your dream physique in 90 days or less using the shred method. And if it doesn't work, I will work with you for free until it does. So you don't have to worry about not getting a result. If it doesn't work, I will work with you for free until it works. So if you're interested in that, you could go ahead down low in the description and book a call with me, and we could talk about if you're a good fit for the team. So again, I will personally help you one-on-one to lose 10 plus pounds of body fat or more, pack on muscle, and step into your dream physique in 90 days or less using the shred method. And if it doesn't work, I will work with you for free until it does. So if you're interested, here's exactly what you're going to get. You get my custom app. It's on your phone. It's easy to use so you don't have a hard time figuring everything out. You get fully customized nutrition plans made by me to fit your goals and ensure that you reach your goal with no confusion. You get fully customized workout plans to ensure that you know exactly what workouts to do and hurdle over every plateau in the gym. You get 24-hour personal accountability from me, so when you're going off track, I make sure you're always doing the right thing, that you're always making progress. You get weekly community group calls with the rest of the Shred Squad. That way I answer any of your questions and make sure that you're always taken care of, knowing exactly what to do to reach your health and fitness goal. You get scheduled one-on-one calls with me. If I see you falling off, I'll personally schedule a one-on-one with you to get to the core of the problem and make sure you're always on the right path at all times. And you get the Shred community of like-minded guys who are all improving and working daily to reach the same result as you, so you'll never be alone with this. And you get a full 100% guarantee that if you follow the program and still don't get results, I will work with you for free until you do. So if that interests you, you could go ahead and book a call below. Talk to me. We'll see if you're a good fit for the team. And, let's get results.